There's a lot of people who are really struggling with reading the Bible. They don't know where to start. They really want to, you know, get into reading the Word and getting to know God. And guys, reading the Bible, you will get to know God, the nature of God. The scriptures, it's not gonna help you. Okay. Um, my suggestion, right? Go back to the Bible and you wanna spend more time with God. Start with New Testament. Bala New Testament. Read it with an open mind. Okay? Read it with an open mind. Don't go into it with expectations. Just the same way obala a novel, you don't know what to expect. You've heard about it, but you don't know what to expect. Go into it. It's not like a novel, but go into it with an open mind and read it. Okay? And then once you're done with the New Testament, go to the Old Testament. Right? And I know the book of Leviticus, Numbers, and Exodus, they can be very difficult because there's just a lot of history, a lot of um, a lot of names, and there's just a lot. There's just a lot of reading that doesn't make sense, or you ask yourself, is this really necessary for me to know? Everything in the Bible is very much necessary. So if you're gonna study in the Old Testament, please read it. Read everything, read all of those names that are difficult to pronounce, read them. And I feel like when I got to Old Testament, I got to understand God better. I used to think God wako Old Testament, this God who's very unkind, unloving, strict, like he just kills people, bona. But I really, after having read New Testament, I got to understand the God where the Old Testament is the same God, but I got to understand how he did things in the Old Testament compared to what he did in the New Testament. God is just full of love, guys. God is like a parent. When you're a parent, you'll understand the nature of God. Especially if you start reading the Bible, you're going to put yourself in God's shoes. We will never fit God's shoes, but I'm just trying to make an example go understand gore lerato la modimo for us le tshwana le lerato la motswadi. And when you're reading Old Testament, please keep that in mind. God, the love of God is just like the love of a parent, you know. So start reading one chapter per day. It really doesn't take that long. Some chapters are so short, you'll end up reading 2 chapters per day. So read one chapter per day. It's not going to take you more than 10 minutes. It literally is not going to take you more than 10 minutes. And the more bala Bible, the more you get into it, into the rhythm and the flow of it, and you're going to enjoy it. It is so enjoyable, guys. Bible imunad, especially in the Old Testament. My friend. Old Testament, it gets ditori. Hey, everything is there in the Bible. Rape, homosexuality, and all of these things, they are there, and you understand why. You get to understand God. You understand why God asks like certain things, and it will just bring you closer to God. Reading the Bible, it's almost like you just like, yeah, like Nkaring. It just renews you. It transforms you. It renews you. You just become a different person, man. Like your relationship with God will change, for the better. You even get to understand why Jesus came. What was the reason why Jesus afitlhile? You understand the bana ba Israel, their journey. Like, man, like everything will just make sense. Once you start reading the Bible, everything will make sense. It will all make sense. All those scriptures you've been reading, the scriptures, once you read the chapter and the books, they will all make sense. Okay. So challenge yourself in this coming month, start reading the Bible. Start the New Testament, or you can start the Old Testament. It's up to you. Read one chapter per day and stay committed. If life like maybe Bible today, catch up on that yesterday's chapter that you didn't read, and read it today. And if the chapters are short, read 2-3, but be intentional when it comes to spending time with God in the Word of God. There's just no other way you can do this Christian life. You just need to follow the principles. You need to read the Word of God. You need to pray. You need to spend time in praise and worship. You need to consecrate yourself. You need to stay away from sin. They all go hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. They are interlinked. They're connected. And especially if you're really looking into growing as a Christian, you can't be stuck in the same place. You cannot be complaining God is not meeting you halfway, God is not helping you. Even tithing and giving. Okay, I forgot about that. Tithing and giving. If there's other ways to give. You can give your time. You can serve in many different ways. Okay, serving and giving, it's not monetary. You can use these other ways to go about it. Okay, so they all work together. If you want to see God, the hand of God in your life, moving things and intervening, and maybe you're struggling with your health, maybe or you just want to grow in your walk with God, you just want intimacy with God, you have to do all of those things together to get to that place. But then the scriptures. There's nothing as powerful as reading, praying with scriptures. It is so powerful when you're praying and you're quoting scriptures. Because remember when the devil was tempting Satan, the devil was tempting Jesus. Jesus kept quoting the scriptures, saying it is written. So if you are standing on the word of God, if you are praying based on scriptures and you're standing on the word of God, it is so powerful. There is power in doing that. And again, remember, the more time you spend with God, the more the warfare intensifies. Okay? And that's not the time for you to back up and say, you know what, my life, I lost my job or something happened. Satan wants to keep us away from spending time with God and praying, because he knows once you start doing that, guys, he knows that there is something waiting for you on the other side. There's a gift. There is you're about to elevate, you're about to elevate, and your life is going to transform, your life's going to change, and he doesn't want you to attain that. So he's going to make sure that he's going to throw challenges your way. That's not the time for you to back up. It's time. That is actually an indication and a confirmation for Bona. I need to pray harder. I need to spend more time with God, because he knows. He knows he's trying to keep you away from you opening that door, getting to that door, to that blessing, to that elevation, to that new chapter. He's trying to keep you away from that. Okay? You've heard the saying, the thief does not break into an empty house. So Satan will not fight. He will not fight you if there is nothing in you that scares him. Okay? I love you guys. God bless you. Keep going, keep praying. Don't stop, don't give up. Don't give up on God. Do not give up on God. God is not magic. He's not going to change your situation the way when we were thing. He is moved by faith and not by emotions. Your faith is going to move God, not emotions. Okay? Love you. God bless you.